Good job taking care of the Sixo incident. The number of casualties and the damage to the Ark are severe. But considering the circumstances, we got off lucky. The entire Ark could have fallen. We can discuss that between us later. Not that I plan to go back on my word, of course. There are just a lot of eyes here.
I believe you could say l'opération was un succès, thanks to the considerable impact of Tetra's NIKKE. It was une victoire worthy of the term entertainment.
In case you forgot, there were 2 Elysian NIKKEs present as well.
What are you talking about? One of them is a Bacillus NIKKE.
Is that what you think? After taking her without permission?
I took garbage and made it gold. You should be grateful.
Oh, really? You did it yourself?
What?
Anyone listening would think you built her body yourself.
What do you mean by that?
Nothing. What do they say about younger siblings again? Always trying to prove themselves.
I don't know how a victory celebration turns into an argument, but that's enough. What we should be discussing is why NIKKE has summoned us here again.
Indeed. This is an important matter.
Okay. Explain.
Very well. Before we begin, I will ask others to come in and brief you on the situation. Please, come in. This is Elig and Trony of the Electric Shock Squad. They are the ones who cut power to the Ark during the battle with Sixo.
What? Hello there. I'm Eleg.
I'm Trony.
Wow, all the leaders of the Ark here in one place. I've never been part of anything like this. What are you talking about? You're the ones who shut the Ark down? Who gave you the authority to pull a stunt like that?
Alec?
Yeah?
What should I do? I didn't update my will before coming here.
Uh-oh, that's not good. You think now's the time for jokes? How dare you carry out something that critical without authorization?
To maintain operational secrecy, I made the request personally. Is there a problem with that? As there appear to be no objections, the meeting will continue. Elig, Trony, please give the briefing.
Okay. The Ark is doomed.
What?
Well, don't just leave it at that. What do you mean?
The Ark's power source isn't producing enough power. It hasn't even reached 20% of its original output. And it's dropping, albeit very slowly.
What are you saying?
If nothing changes and the power source continues to decline, it will shut down completely in about 6 months. And when that happens, that's it for the Ark. Show's over. That's what I'm saying.
How can you be so flippant? Take this seriously.
Sacré bleu!
What?
Do you understand the gravity of what you just said? Give us a proper explanation.
I'll explain. We deliberately shut down the Ark's power source. An hour later, we reconnected the feed line to restart the core, and succeeded in restoring the converter to its original state. According to our projections, it should have returned to full output. Since all we did was power it off and turn it on again. But once the output reached a certain threshold, it stopped increasing. If we consider the original state to be 100%, then it only reached 20%, and it's been slowly declining since. This might sound strange to say, but the decline has been very stable. Eleg said we had half a year, but if anything happens to make the decline less stable, then it might shut down sooner.
What caused this? There has to be a cause, right? Was there an error during the restart process?
There couldn't have been. While it takes a lot of time, the work itself isn't very complicated. And,
We're pretty much the best of the best when it comes to this sort of thing.
Yes. That much I don't doubt. Then do you have any idea what's causing it?
The core is simply near the end of its lifespan.
Its lifespan?
Yep. We believe the Ark's power source has simply reached the end of its service life. After a close examination of its surface, we found a lot of inactive sections. They felt like hardened tar.
There weren't any problems before, so why now?
We think it's because it was continuously active before this. Put simply, you know how computers sometimes work great one day and then don't turn on the next? Maybe it's more like a game controller that,
So it's like rigor mortis. A body's muscles stay relaxed as long as there's energy for them, but the moment the energy runs out, they stiffen. Once that happens, they won't soften again, even if you inject energy into them.
Oh yeah, exactly. You could also think of it like melted wiring. If the copper inside a wire melts, electricity will keep flowing as long as the strands are still touching. When the temperature drops, though, and the melted copper contracts or solidifies, gaps form and the current stops flowing.
So what's the fix?
We've been using that core for so long without knowing much about it. We still don't really know what it even is. Enoch, do you know anything about it that we don't?
I do not.
If Enoch doesn't know, then it's fair to assume no one does. So, yeah, we don't know. The simplest solution would be to find an identical one and swap it in, but I doubt something like that even exists.
That explains why power hasn't been fully restored.
Yes. Damage from the E2 crystals is a factor. But the primary cause is reduced output from the power source.
Any proposals?
At present, there is no immediate solution. This meeting has been convened to explore options based on the view of the collective leadership. Please wait a moment. An unusual broadcast is being transmitted throughout the Ark. I will share it.
Citizens of the Ark, hello. My name is Dorothy. I am a pilgrim who wanders the surface. This is the first time I have addressed you since the Rapture's assault on the Ark. The reason I stand before you today is because I can no longer tolerate the central government's lies. The Queen has descended to the surface. You heard me right. The Queen of the Raptures, the entity, is known as their sovereign. After drifting through space for so long, the Queen has come down to the surface, and she is targeting the Ark. Do you remember all that's happened ever since the Raptures invaded the Ark? Mysterious crystals swept across the city, killing many innocent people. A massive black spire of unknown origin charged toward the Ark, triggering earthquakes. Just recently, there was a large-scale blackout that struck the Ark, followed by a large number of crystal outbreaks. An innumerable number of Ark citizens and NIKKEs have been killed or injured. Has the central government ever provided a proper explanation for any of this? No, because they cannot. Because the cause of all these events is the Queen. With the Queen's descent to the surface, the Raptures began targeting the Ark in earnest. The series of recent disasters that have shattered the Ark's former peace stands as proof of this. I previously came to the Ark to warn you of this threat. After the Rapture's invasion, I persistently urged the central government to act. If we do not confront the Queen, there will be no future for the Ark, nor for humanity. Yet the central government did nothing. They could have prevented all of this, but they chose not to. The reason is simple. They only care for their own security and have no interest in external threats. I wish to protect the Ark and humanity. We cannot continue placing our trust in a government that acts solely for its own interests. We must begin the Third Surface Reclamation War. I, Dorothy, will stand at the vanguard. NIKKEs and citizens of the Ark, please stand with me and save your home. Do not turn a blind eye to the dangers that are right above us. We must reclaim the surface.
I'm sure it's only showing on a niche channel without many viewers, right?
Dorothy gained a great deal of attention after her part in the battle with Sixo. Her personal channel has received a large influx of subscribers. After going live, this video has been spreading rapidly across the Ark.
Dorothy, delete the video and all those related to it.
There is an additional update to report.
What now?
Deputy Chief Dobin has mobilized his forces and is engaging Dorothy.
This just keeps getting worse.